All right, we're filming. Waiting for the perfect idea will definitely freeze you up. You really can't wait for ideas. Steven Pressfield made this super obvious in his book called The War of Art. So check that out if you want a full book on getting you going and why acting as a professional and not waiting for the muse is best. Elizabeth Gilbert also talks about this in Big Magic. It's this idea that yes, the muse may come to us and we might get this creative momentum of energy. We might be given an idea by the gods. And at the same time, when there's nothing there, we still need to show up and keep doing the work. So if there's a muse, great, grab onto it and use it. If there's not, keep going. Momentum matters more than creative mastery. The idea is that like your ability just to put work out consistently and getting that machine going is much more important than deciding you're going to make a masterpiece. And I think if you're making work, one of the other ways to get going on this is, as Seth Godin talks about, there's this idea of having a practice of making. Every day showing up for yourself. Every week putting work out into the world. And if you do that, then it stops you from judging your work too harshly because you know that you're just going to put out the next piece of work. Austin Kleon calls this chain smoking, which is like the really cool punk way to say like, before you're even done with one cigarette, like it's not even done and you're lighting up another one. He says that that's what you want to do with ideas. So often we might think that we want to keep our focus going on something, but one of the tricks of artists is to know when something's done, be okay with it, and move on. Now I'm just name dropping all the creatives that I'm thinking of, but Rick Rubin also talks about this like tweaking sound or color for 2 weeks. Like at some point it's like, it's not going to change the overall tone. There isn't another better version of perfect. You won't know what perfect is. Just ship what you have. Your first draft should be messy, unpolished. What it allows you to do is try your ideas quickly and move fast. The end result, you definitely want something that looks nice, that looks polished, but when you're starting, you just never start there. You have to start where you're at. Oftentimes we think like we want our work always to be the best, but when you look at the journey of people that are making and putting out work, if you look at their early work and you look at their later work, there's a big difference. It didn't just start in one place. And that can happen across someone's career and life of work, and that can also happen in a project. One of the reasons I actually really like Picasso, I remember being in a place where I realized the sheer amount of work that he put out is really crazy. What I found fascinating was like more than being like, oh, I like this piece of art or not. It was like the amount of work that he put into the world meant there's a high chance that there's something that works there. That the amount of work that you get to put out creates something interesting. And also everybody has a different style. So when you put out enough work, you get better at the process, you get better at making, you get more confident, you get to judge and get more takes, right? You get more shots. So the practice helps. Another one is learning in public. Instead of learning in private and hoping that what you're doing is working, by putting yourself out in the world and learning in public, it will allow you to be accountable to other people and to your process. Start before you're ready. If you're going to wait till you are fully prepared, you're never going to start. So start before you're ready. This is inspiration that I'm finding and some of the mindset and tools that I think about putting work into the world quickly as a designer, as a product maker, as a creative. And if there's something that you're curious about or you want to go a deep dive on, let me know. I'm looking for more stuff to make and put into the world myself. All right, cheers.